Hello, hello, and welcome along to a very pleasant and calm Sunday morning where everything works perfectly. Welcome back to Elsewhither, episode 27. Can anybody tell me what happened last episode, or at least where that began?
We started off talking to Oliver, not talking to Oliver, talking to Grom.
Yes, you took Oliver to Grom. That is correct.
Yes, and finished that up and made sure that the poor little child paid us for our help.
Of course, he said he would.
And then, yeah. And then we did a lot of shopping. It was like definitely a shopping montage for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Anyone buy anything nice?
Selling mostly. No. I think we mostly sold stuff. Did anybody actually get anything?
We sold a lot.
We bought a
bought herbs.
levitation and some herbs and scrolls. Not levitation, etherealness. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, yes.
Levitation got to do with anything. Anyway, and then we decided to use that scroll. Why did we use it and why?
Oh, I had discovered that the box with no apparent lock had a lock only on the ethereal plane. So had to ethereal into there and then unlock it, and it had a ring inside, which I brought out, and then out with it came an air elemental.
Yep, went through a series of different activities to unlock the box, none of which managed to kill you. Not very pleasing. And then a really, really super powered up air elemental came out and missed every attack.
Thank God.
Yeah, it was pretty tragic, to be honest. And with its defeat, well, you didn't quite defeat it. You basically got 3/4 of the way to defeating, and then went, you know what? Just leave. You set it free. You unchained the air elemental. Pietro took the ring, which gives him the power of flight. And I think it gives him one other thing. And then if he defeats an air elemental, he gets many other things. We
just have to look for one that deserves it.
Yeah, pretty much. He can also cast Dominate Monster on air elementals. And has a flying speed equal to his walking speed, which is 35 feet. Why is he so fast? Has he got an extra flying speed because he bought boots that let him walk faster? Silly, isn't it?
Oh, that's awesome.
The 8 pace boots are now the 8 flight boots. Anyway, with that, you guys headed to the dock where a certain ship was coming in. Can anybody tell us anything about the ship or who it belongs to or any of that information? Does anybody have any of that?
I just remember the guy that we met at breakfast was the tax collector.
He was the tax collector, that is true.
Yep.
The ship belongs to the Sildranic Society. I don't know if I told you that the ship was called the Rosetta. Get that?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
That rings a bell, actually.
So the Rosetta is known for a couple of things. First of all, it is a ship that regularly sails in and out of the Straits of Darkness, which, if I take us to the... Well, basically, I don't have to take us to the world map. They're north of here. And they're known to be very difficult waters to sail through. Specifically in winter, it's said to be impossible. In the summer, you can just about make it through if you are a brave. We are not really anywhere near Samurai. Are we sort of coming into spring? Is that right? I've just realised I'm thinking of the wrong campaign. I was about to tell you it's nearly Christmas, and it's really not. I think it's the middle of spring.
It's Dreamrise 18, according to your thing.
Thank you. Yeah. So we
so
are.
It's nearly Christmas.
No, it's not. That's. I was thinking it was, but it's not at all. Dreamrise is sort of spans probably kind of mid-April to late May. Probably fairly accurate to our current in-world date. In-game, that's pleasing. Let's do 1 day per day. It's or 7 days per session every week now. We can just move in real time. Anyway, yeah. So it is late spring. So that's sort of, it's still quite early for the Rosetta to have been able to come through the Straits of Darkness. One thing that you will know, sailing through the Straits of Darkness, it means they've probably been up to the Garrick Northlands, or more specifically, the islands just off the coast of the Garrick Northlands. And you do know something about these. Well, Mark might not, but everybody else should. A long time ago, you were told that there is... I'm just trying to see if we can find this list here. You know that a demon is loose in the Straits of Darkness. This demon has been summoning other monsters and opening portals to the Nine Hells. The Abyss. Nine Hells is devils. Which can't be good. But you guys were like, that's far enough away that we don't have to stress about it. But you would assume that... maybe you wouldn't. Does anybody have the culture skill proficiency? You should now all have your culture skill on your sheets. I think I did that. Finally got around to it.
Oh, I do.
Is anyone proficient? I think when we had the discussion originally, the only two people who might have been proficient were Pietro, who moves in regular society, and Vel'zekiss, who has played in many places. Do you know, Joe, whether Vel'zekiss took it?
I mean, I didn't know it existed until you mentioned it last time, and now it's suddenly on my sheet, so I don't know how I would get proficiency in it. I would have to...
Right, okay, it would have to be something
else,
you chose at some point if we discussed it. If we didn't discuss it, you didn't choose it, we can talk about it out of session. That's fine. In that case, what I will take, please, is a... Well, I was going to say a history check, but should we get Pietro to make the history check and a culture check from Vel, please? Which should just be a thing you can click on your sheet.
Yeah.
Just to give a brief description, culture is the understanding of societal norms, societal constructs. Vel'zekiss, not the best at it, just rolled a bad one. This is being able to work out which fork to use at the dining table, which dance would be appropriate in the dance hall, but also sort of knowledge of local... which people are in power, what is influential at the time. So you might have known something notable about the Sildranic Society, but unfortunately not, because you rolled a 6, which is an F1. However, Pietro will recall something very specific about the Sildranic Society, which is that originally they were founded as a group that rescued items and historical goods from places of trouble. Traditionally, the Sildranic Society would be the sort of people who would rush in bravely to excavate or to, evacuate, that's what I was looking for, a museum that was going to come into the line of a dragon's ire. Or, perhaps if there was anything notable on the islands near the Strait of Darkness, they might rescue things from the clutches of a demon. They're particularly interested in items of historical value, or items that have pertinence to a specific culture. So religious items or high culture items might be something they'd move. One of the most famous operations that they did was they removed a 70-foot dragon statue from out of the way of a water primordial during the Battle of the Wild Elves about 150 years ago. Because they valued the statue. It was quite an undertaking. That's the Sildranic Society. Those are the people who have hired you to escort them from Shumar to Metella. And, when you got down to the docks, you found that Draculis Vagar had also been signed on to the job. Anybody remind us who Draculis Vagar are?
Our rivals.
By choice, yes. What
They're
is
the
rival?
people that
reasons
you-
what they are.
To say the people you were unwilling to share your experience points with.
Yeah.
Yes, they applied to the group but were rejected. So they formed their own team, and they've been doing quite well. They have also managed to reach level 6, and they've got themselves some pretty cool items by virtue of the fact that I really couldn't be bothered to make theirs dormant, slumbering, etc. So most of them have level 13 to 17 powered items instead of 5 to 9. But that is just how it goes. Anyway, when you went to store the stuff in the warehouse for the Sildranic Society, you were able to note that the place they were going to store them was the warehouse that you had had a grand fight in over Oliver the previous day. Did we do any checking as to why that might be. Or I think that's where we left off last session, isn't it? Right at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we have a resident investigationer? Is that Boxxo? Or is that something I always ask Boxxo to do and he fails?
My passive is 18. I've got a +8 with expertise.
Then it's definitely something you do. If you could give me the investigation check. And who's our resident perceptioner? Is that Corrie? Probably
That is
have a
Corrie.
perception check from Corrie, please.
Wow, nat 1 for a 9.
We're
Sure,
rolling
that
solid this morning.
What did you get, Corrie?
12.
Cool. With a 12, you would note that many among the fallen were Lizardfolk and Dragonborn. Many among the group that you fought. What that has to do with anything, you're not that sure with a 12. But Pietro will remind you that specifically the green Dragonborn and some of the Lizardfolk are often seen as slaves or servants of other Dragonborn. When you find them in places of non-Dragonborn origin, it's often because they have escaped or ran off, and they are often criminal groups or criminal enterprises. It wouldn't surprise you to see that lots of them had signed on to be skinners, which is a fairly legitimate profession, but obviously these guys had used a bit of their criminal background to criminal it up. Certainly the leader, who had that red blade that he sort of put in his teeth, the Lizardfolk, seemed of that ilk. You didn't find any evidence of them being hired for anything specific, but you are certain that it isn't coincidence that they would have been waiting in this very warehouse. Upon realizing that the warehouse was not somewhere suitable to stop at this particular moment in time, a gentleman says that the goods will be moved south immediately. And he offers you all an extra 5 gold each if you are willing to transport the goods overnight instead of camping outside and then continuing onwards. Can I take an insight check from anybody who is proficient, please? Which I think is like 3/4 of the table.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Is there anybody not
Wow,
proficient?
really powerful rolls today.
That's
I'm not.
proficient. Okay. All right. It's just 2 of you. Well, Corey's got you. A nat 20, 28.
Thank goodness.
So, Corey, you will immediately note that he seems nervous, on edge, a little agitated. He seems very anxious to get the goods moving, and you would assume that there is something of either great worth or great risk within the goods. There are only 2 caravans. There will be a 3rd carriage, which is going to be driven by Eileen. And seeing that, he will ask if they can put a couple of boxes on that so that the wagons are lighter so they can move faster. He doesn't seem particularly bothered about which boxes get moved to the wagon. So he's clearly not protecting anything specific from any of the boxes, or if he is, he's aware that they're not things that are likely to get moved. The gentleman who seems to be in charge is a fairly self-important looking fellow. He's wearing sort of a large red cravat, which is ridiculous for traveling gear. A beautiful, pristine white shirt that is tucked into his breeches. He has sort of fine polished shoes and sort of high socks over black breeches. He looks like he's ready to go courting, not on a journey. He also has a horse of his own, which none of the others do. They all travel on the carriages or on the carts and wagons. And you will note that his horse is a war horse. It is not a standard riding horse. And indeed, it also has some barding, like it is armed. He doesn't seem to carry a weapon at all. And from the look of him, he's not particularly muscular or anything. So maybe he might have been taught to ride a warhorse as a noble, but certainly doesn't appear to be combat trained. At least if he is probably in the area of magic. He makes Vel'zekiss look muscular, which is quite impressive because I think Vel's strength is 5. Yes, he really is like spindly, dandy, and like he's also like you can see that his con score's also way under 10. He is pathetic, but he has a really fabulous moustache, and that makes up for it. He is definitely either human or close to human, and as he sort of directs people, everybody seems to jump to his immediate word, and I repeat just before, he'll look to you all and say, I'll give you an extra 5 gold if you're willing to escort these goods immediately overnight.
Okay.
We won't go without your protection.
We're good to go.
Good. Who's in charge of your little band?
The lizard over there.
Vel'zekiss has been nominated, has he? So he shall look to Draculis Vagar and say, Krusk, if I might speak to you and to whoever this, the Unchained nominators there, leader, I'd like to have a quiet word with you on the journey outwards.
All right.
Yes, as Pietro gracefully allows you to take the lead because he's not here. You guys, he will gesture for you to walk next to him, and he's walking his horse. He waits till you're outside the gates, and then says very quietly to you, I'm expecting trouble, you know. There's a reason I hired on 2 groups of messengers.
I thought it was because you were paying so little you could just spread it around more.
The pay is excellent, is it not? Over. You're now looking at 100 gold per group. More than you would normally earn for a job, but tell you what. You get us successfully to Metella, I will perhaps consider an extra reward if we're all intact and our goods are all intact. The goods here were excavated from a grand temple in the Straits of Darkness. This temple was to a great green dragon of the past. His name has fallen into mythology. We believe they were once one of the great dragons. Val, you may give me a religion check. Who's got Krusk? That you, Jack?
Me.
Can I have a religion check from him as well, please?
Yeah.
Actually, let me throw one of these cards on here because it's an out of combat thing, and I kind of want to know about this.
You must endure the presence of a few caterpillars. This is so relevant to Vel'zekiss. If you wish to become acquainted with the butterflies. What did you get on your D8, is that? Yes, it was.
Oh, I thought it was a 6, but I rolled a 6.
You can roll me a D8. If it's higher than a 6, you can take it, and if it's lower, then you can have the 6.
It's the 6.
Well,
It's 19 altogether.
Yeah, so you and Krusk would both know that the Great Dragons are the primary religion in Gallania, but they're worshipped all around and specifically worshipped by dragons. And although there is said to be 16 dragons in the Pantheon, only 6 of them are openly worshipped. Certainly,
Okay,
the
so it would definitely be
humanoid-
one we don't know the name of already.
Exactly. The human dragon... Wow. The human great dragon worshippers are probably less aware of the Pantheon than perhaps the dragons might be, and dragons aren't particularly effusive with their sharing of knowledge. So, yeah. As far as the normal humanoid great dragon worshipping draconic temple, that's what we'll call them, knows this green dragon exists, but they don't know its name or much about it. But there was a grand temple in the Straits of Darkness, and he will say to you, there was some sort of kerfuffle up there, but our contacts managed to rescue goods, some of which might be ancient artifacts. We'd like to take them all the way down to Dargal Imvar, that is the capital of Gallania, and where the seat of the Draconic Temple is, and to have them studied and catalogued. The reward for us if we get the goods there will be great, but there are some that believe that these goods should not fall into non-dragon hands. Non-dragonborn hands, specifically. Our group operates all over Mazrea. We do number some dragonborn in our ranks, but not many here. Some see us as thieves. We are not thieves. We will be giving the goods over when we get to Dargal Imvar. We'd just like to see them into the right hands. But I'm expecting trouble. Indeed, I think we may have narrowly avoided it at the docks.
Well, then we should be on our way.
He is saying this as he's walking, but yes, I will horse up and think perhaps none of you are. I think we will proceed at sort of foot pace, so that you may keep your eyes out all about. I think a hurried rush might result in more attention, not less. Cover of night, we should be safe. Dusk sort of looks over. Not all of my companions see well in the dark, but we can fight well in the dark if we have to. I might ask that those of you on your wagons light torches so we can see the caravans clearly from a distance. Humans are pathetic. Their visual abilities.
Yikes.
Admittedly, I don't do so well myself, but I have magic to light the way, and as long as we can have a few who can see the distance to see trouble coming, we should be fine for a fight.
Oh. We do have one sharp-eyed fellow. He'll keep his eyes out. I think the rogue, whoever's got the rogue, has a pretty ridiculous perception score. Got expertise in it.
He's got a +5.
Oh, okay. Well, nothing crazy then. It's probably Corrie then that will be the prime lookout. You will have probably a +8 or 9, right?
Yes, +8.
Cool. Yeah, and he sort of looks in. Alright then, I'll get back to my group. You can get back to yours. But perhaps we might flank the caravans. You think, was it Vel'zekiss? Was that your name?
It's Vel'zekiss.
Vel'zekiss, my apologies.
But your plan stands, as long as you're on the other side with your group, you won't have to know my name, will you?
I'd like it if we can act successfully together. In a combat, you're only as strong as the weakest link in the chain.
But it sounds like there might be enough trouble to go around.
As he's walking back, he'll look to you. I knew the mercenary that was killed back at that dock. Part of the Green Dragons.
Is that more specific than just green dragons? Like the name of something, I assume.
They operate for the liberation of all Green Dragonborn. But they also tend to steal and thieve to fund their operations. Bit grey on the moral scale, I'd say. Really need to get a different one of them to talk. This accent is not easy to keep up.
This is why I let Pietro do this. I never know how to be the conversationalist as this character.
Don't! Just say, alright, fuck off! That's what I've done best. I'll just ignore him. Friendly here, thank you very much for the raid, I appreciate it. Nice to see you guys. You guys are well.
But yeah, I'll just... do you have a preference for the side of the caravan?
I'll have to look at the battle map and see which side the DM's put me. I honestly can't tell you which side I've put him. Let's have a look. He'll say, I will take the right side.
I always like to just go, that one, and point.
Yeah. So, as you guys are traveling along, nice and pleasantly, you travel under the cover of night. Is there any special preparations you would make in the night to try and keep this caravan safe?
Yeah, so I was thinking, like, at the beginning here, since we know that there's going to be problems, I would like to, like, sit up in the cart with Eileen for 10 minutes and make another 5 pies to hand them out to the other group, so they also have something that they could eat.
Okay, if you are in control of you are all in control of one, could you grab the delicious treat? Is that what it's called on?
Magnificent Feast.
Is that what it's called on D&D Beyond?
Yep. It's a magnificent something.
Feast food. Add to equipment, is that right? Did I do it? I did, fantastic. It's a 2d8 plus 5, is that correct?
It's up to a +6 now yes, I mean, thematically +5, but it leveled with me.
Okay.
There'll be
+5 till next episode.
Cool.
For those of you who don't know, our party is they were so on the cusp of level 6 that we gave it to them in advance, despite the fact that they don't actually hit it until a fight breaks out. So you cook up some pies, and Eileen will sort of constantly, as she's riding in the carriage and driving the cart, she'll sort of say to you, it seems strange to me. We're expecting trouble. Expecting trouble? That seems mad to me. If we're expecting trouble, why are we making the journey?
Sometimes you have to make the journey, even though you expect trouble along the ways. It seems that the goods that we're transporting, it may be known that they will be passing through the area, and there are parties that are interested in ransacking this.
So what of the guard?
We are the guard.
Oh, I suppose. I mean, I know the guards are meant to keep the land, but it seems to me that they only operate in the towns and cities at the moment. Ever since the fall of Emperor Kazan, the roads just seem far less patrolled. I know he wasn't a good man, but some of the things he did were certainly good for people.
And, having patrols on the road is very convenient, but the nice thing about hiring people like us is that we don't need to return home to Shuma. We will continue on with our journey, whereas a guard that was hired from Shuma would want to then make the trek back. And so by contracting us, they don't need to worry about the return journey and the safety of people after this job.
I suppose. The way the patrols used to work is they would cross. Used to go every 12 hours or so. They would cross at certain points. Constantly making the journey and back again. All the roads are watched under Emperor. The punishment for banditry would have been killed there and then.
I will not say that bandits are a good thing, but also a police state is also not my favorite as well. Sometimes guards and patrolmen are unnecessarily cruel to people that they meet out on the road because there is no accountability for them when there are not other eyes.
True. There were plenty of tales of them mistreating travelers. You probably got the right of it. Perhaps I wish I wasn't one of the parties expecting trouble.
Don't worry, Eileen. We will take care of you.
That's okay. I've got plot armor. Cowered out the carriage, knowing that she could be attacked by 11 red dragons and she would somehow weirdly survive.
Lucky her.
Hey, it's good for us too if our job is to get her where she's going.
Well, yes, I mean, your job is primarily to get the carriages where they're going, but I won't kill Eileen in the process.
That's what the money's for. What I care about is killing her.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice to know that Vel'zekiss cares about something.
Relatively.
Yeah, there is no trouble on the road at all. Go on.
Sorry, could I scout ahead a little bit as we travel?
As you go to scout ahead, Crosk will call out to you. Hey, you moving off the road?
I'm just seeing if there's anything ahead.
You're doing some scouting. Will you take one of ours as well?
My eyes go to their team. I don't think that's necessary. I think I'll be fine by myself.
You sure? If we have to rush to your aid, then there's a chance that there could be trouble.
Aren't we expecting trouble anyway?
Aye, but our responsibility is the carriages, not the road around.
Oh, okay.
But if you think it's best.
I do.
Very well. He nods to you, and bear with me a second.
You should have taken the bard.
I don't think so. I don't want those
it would have been the rogue. But
Oh.
instead, Pietro will reach over to you and say, perhaps this will keep you safe. And will cast invisibility on you for the next hour.
Ooh la la.
I was just thinking the bard because she has all sorts of pass without trace sort of things.
She has a lot of stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah.
She's a sneaky beaky. But yes, with invisibility on you, you should be safe. As you scout about, give me a survival check.
I would love to. Nat 20 for a 25.
Lovely. So whilst you don't see any people, you see signs of horse hooves, heavy horse hooves, off-road, that look recent, within the last couple of hours. With a nat 20, you would know that somebody is rushing to get ahead of you. You would expect to find an ambush further down the road. With your nat 20, you would also know that, unfortunately, due to the nature of the carriages, there isn't a different path you could take. You can't get these carriages over rough lands like they've managed to take the horses. You're gonna have to stay on the road. And the road, annoyingly, constantly winds like this, meaning you're barely blind anything more than sort of 60, 70 feet away at most times, especially with the nature of the rolling hills around you. Is that where I've left you guys, in the rolling hills? Or I left you on the world map?
You've left us on the map.
We are in the rolling hills. This. So there is a river down to your right. God, it's going south is confusing, isn't it? There's a river down to your right, sort of below the hills, but you travel slightly inland with a sort of a half hill between you and the river. And as I said, the path is constantly winding to stay at one level, to stay at the lowest level. Jack, I think your sensitivity has either gone up or you've moved your mics. Okay, stop now. It was fine. For a moment, we were on Darth Vader mode.
Whoa.
How do I break invisibility? By interacting with something?
By casting a spell or attacking someone.
Someone?
Or something.
Something. Okay, great. Then I'll go back to... So it has to be a something. Like somebody.
You want to drop your invisibility, is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, so like if I punch the ground, is that an attack? Or does it have to be a creature?
Why do you want to break your invisibility?
To talk to them. I don't want to jump scare them with an invisible voice.
I mean, you could do telepathic, telephone with us.
You could also just ask Pietro to drop concentration. Or you can make an attack roll against a blade of grass. If you really want to.
Okay, then I'll do that then.
Oh, I hope he misses.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not ready for 28. I hate grass.
So you break invisibility as you get closer to the group.
I think there might be an ambush ahead. I found some really heavy horse hoof tracks that are off the road.
You're telling who? Everyone?
Everyone. Yeah, whoever's at the front of the...
Okay, so that'll probably be Krusk and Toothy, I would assume. Up front. See something? Yes. So Ellis will pipe up. He is your resident little wizard dude. I've got a friend who might scout ahead in the sky for us and see if they can spot the ambush before we get to it. And with that, he'll sort of... and he blows through his hands, and then this sort of like sparkle comes through his hands and becomes a silvery owl. And he will send his familiar up into the sky. Up ahead. About 20 minutes pass. And you just hear Alice go, oh! Oh no! Someone shot her out the sky. It must be close.
Did you see where they were?
I wasn't looking through her eyes at the time. I would have tripped over my own feet.
But then how do you know that someone shot them?
Well, we are in communication telepathically.
But it couldn't tell you telepathically where the ambush was?
I don't think she saw them before they saw her.
We should stop, right?
It must be close.
I think so. Maybe we should stop here and a select few of us, I say very pointedly, maybe we should go ahead
No,
and check.
we stay with the wagons. That's the target. That's the job. What if they sneak up behind us and all the things we're trying to protect get killed in the process?
But then maybe you should stay with the caravan.
I appreciate your views on my might, but nevertheless, I'd rather we protect it as a group. And as he says group, you just hear him go silent.
Stabbed in the neck.
No, you hear everything go silent.
Silence.
Oh no.
You mouth. Yeah. Give me a perception check, Corrie and Boxxo, please.
Oh no, my cantrips.
14.
24.
Yeah, both of you will notice these sort of strange blue pellets come flying down from the hill. And as they sort of arrive, they sort of blow up into small bubbles that expand outwards as pockets of silence will be cast on the area. I will just put these on the map. That is one. Oh. And we seem to have multiple. 2. And then I'm going to have to refresh because my Roll20 just broke.
Not me zooming into the middle. It's like, is there a pocket in between the 3 circles that I could hide in?
Is there indeed?
It's like the smallest little gap right there.
Very small.
Yes, you would. Oh, they are quite perfectly placed, aren't they? That is probably correct. You would note that these pellets, they sort of emit this silence bubble, but they seem to be slowly decreasing already. You don't think they'll last very long, but they seem to be to prevent you shouting out any warning. And as soon as you see these bubbles materializing sort of seemingly out of nowhere in the trees and on the hills are various green dragonborn. One of them, who is sort of much larger, I mean almost sort of 10 foot tall, stands ahead of you. And she sort of puts her hand up and the front wagon just comes to a stop, just shudders. You see her begin to cast, and at this point, I will ask you all to roll initiative.
What in the Magneto is going on?
I tried to fix my HP and I made it much worse.
What?
Oh no, I tried to remove my token and put it back on to get my new HP, and now it says 0 with a plus sign.
Are you in the builder on your character sheet?
It's not the end of the world. I'm
Or
sorry.
are you on your character sheet regularly?
Yeah.
There you go. My fault. Not yours. I was in the builder. Is it 36? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So it fixed automatically. It's because I had left the edit on your character open, which just breaks everything.
Cool.
Do remember to roll initiative for your pals as well, please. Okay. And we have no idea why the music's not working. But I'm sure.
Well, it's silenced.
There we go. I changed it to something else. Okay. Ooh. Sorry. As you see. Strange. Made a sword noise, right? Yeah, cool. As you see this sort of spell bring the carriage to a halt, it looks a little bit like what you've seen Pietro do with a sort of magnified gravity, but sort of in one place. What do you do? Oh, sorry. Round 1 begins. The silences are going to get 1 bubble smaller.
Okay.
That'll happen at the beginning of every round. You can see that they're shrinking.
Cool. So I need to get out of this silence, so I'm gonna run up into the kind of tree area north of me.
Just to let you know that past this point, these trees are difficult terrain.
Okay. So that's 15 to get there. If I'm standing here, am I out of the silence or still affected?
Yeah, you're out. That's fine. You're also in melee range with this guy, yeah?
Yeah. Perfect. So then I'm gonna do the turn 1 bless, 2nd level. Giving it to
what
my...
does bless say? Is it targets you can hear, targets that can hear you, targets you can see?
3 targets within range.
Okay, cool.
Of 30 feet.
Absolutely fine.
Cool. So that's going to be everybody except for Pietro. Just to get us set up here. And then bonus action. I'm going to taunt D. So if I can get a wisdom save from them.
Is that a target that can hear you?
Oh, yes it is, yeah. And they're probably silenced, right?
They are in the ball of silence, they cannot hear you.
Yep. Cool. Then I'm good to go.
Okay, cool. That will bring us to this lady at the front. Who is going to look to Healthy, I think, first. And make an Eldritch Blast beam at you. That's an 11 to hit.
No.
22 to hit.
Yes.
That's 9 force damage. And a 19 to hit.
No.
And then she is going to throw a ball of green flame, which is a 10-foot radius. Can anybody name a 10-foot radius spell? Is that Shatter? Is Shatter 10-foot radius? That's right.
I think Shatter's 20. Maybe
Radius.
it's 20 total. Yeah, maybe it is 20 total. I don't know.
Yeah, it is 20 total. So she's going to throw that here. So, Mavelos, Krosk, and Toothy, I need a dex save, please.
Alright, this is all at a +3 for everyone's dex saves as well.
Shatter works in silence?
No, but
Sound
Hellfire
energy.
does. I was just trying to...
right. I'm stupid.
Yeah, another 10-foot spell. It's just a big pile of green flames.
No, it doesn't matter. That's a
Uh,
terrible roll.
and it's Mavelos.
That is
Ironically, it's a +4 for your save. Yeah?
And you also get a D4 from
plus
the bless.
No, it's also a +4 because Mavelos is a paladin.
Oh,
I don't know if that works. If you have 2 paladins that aura protection, do they buff each other?
no. I don't think it's stacked.
I know it wouldn't stack on somebody else, but would it buff you? I don't think so.
I don't
just need an
know.
extra 1, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Anyway,
that one.
Cross got like a 21.
Cool.
He rolled in that one, and I got a 5 as well.
Okay, so it is 12 fire and 19 poison, 19 necrotic damage, which is halved for Krusk.
Wait, so how much? 12 and 19?
Yeah, so 31 total if you've got no resistances.
31.
And
I'm
then
not poisoned anymore.
yeah, does Krusk take nothing because of Shieldmaster? Is that right, or is that not a thing?
Does he have... I didn't know he had Shieldmaster.
Maybe.
He does have Shieldmaster.
I never know exactly what Shieldmaster says.
That's
Is it when subjected to a dex save to avoid damage?
You take only half, and you can take a reaction to take
so he
no
can use his
damage.
reaction to take no damage.
Which, I mean, he will. So how much damage does he take then?
0.
0, like the whole thing.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Mark, it's Corrie's. It's Colette's turn.
Perfect. Colette also needs to get out of some silence, so she's going to run across to here.
Yep.
And seeing these 2 I and F together, she's going to try and do a hypnotic pattern on them.
Okay.
Using her Wand of Stars. So that's a wisdom save.
Yeah. Okay, she can't get anybody else in it.
Yeah, I looked around the map to see if there was like
Is that
a good spot. I was like, no.
Is that at her DC or at the items DC? Should say on the spell itself.
Looks like it's
If it doesn't state, it'll be
15 when
hers.
I just cast it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So they've got one fail, one success.
Cool.
So this guy is gonna be hypnotized. And there's a lot of unusual images here, none of which really state that. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Cool. So he does nothing for a minute unless somebody breaks him out of it. Any bonus action from Colette?
Yeah, we've got Mavelos coming up, or Mavelo, whatever his name
Velos,
is.
yeah, but she
she's-
can't bardic somebody in a silence, I don't think.
Oh, that's right. They have to be able to hear. All right, she's good.
Cool.
Silly
Vel'zekiss, you are up.
silences.
Yeah, alright. Vel'zekiss, can he... Well, I mean, look, I'm gonna flavor it as going underneath the horse and around, but really, it's the same distance. I could easily go around the back of the cart, so... so he's gonna end up over here. And he's going to... Gosh, I never remember how much this costs. One moment. I had my plan, and then I can never remember the sorcery point cost of things. I think it's 2, which is fine.
It's quicken, I believe.
So they're gonna, yeah, because it's gotta have been 2 different places. Because I've got one from the feet and one from the 2 from the thing. Yeah, yes, yeah. So what the heck? I want to do it anyway. It's 2. I've got a few. So it will quicken Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
Now that I'm out of there, and that will go. I believe you have allowed me to put it like on 2 people. Like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
yeah, even though it's just a 5-foot space spell. So on those 2 guys, so they immediately get some damage. Yeah, he rolls under the horse and flips out those evil cult daggers, and they reappear up on those guys.
Give me a
and they
perception
will
check.
Okay. I'm not good at that, but a 12.
Yeah, you see Ellis mouth something, but you can't work out what he said.
Oh,
As you do
that's
that,
too bad.
you sort of appear out from under the horse with a cloud of daggers. It might have been something about how cool you are. You can take
well,
it that
that's
way
cool.
either way.
Yes, exactly. So here's their 44. 10 magical slashing damage.
Yeah. That was C and D, right? Yeah.
Yes, and then just use the remaining action to chill touch, make my hand reappear on the apparent bossy person up front
Okay.
with an attack on her.
Oh, what's the
Oh,
fucking
wait, one
range on
second.
that?
It's
60
really far.
feet?
I'm
Okay.
I'm okay on. It's 120 actually.
Bloody hell. Okay.
He busts.
But I will advantage this with Tides of Chaos. Ooh, 18.
18 hits.
Good.
You see that
so
she
that-
seems only to be coated in some sort of mage armor, nothing more.
Nice. Okay, so 11 necrotic damage.
Yep.
And that's all I get.
Okay. Mavelos is going to sort of gesture Toothy. He sort of goes, which you can take how you like. Let me just fix these silence bubbles so I can move things. And then he's going to charge up to the Dragonborn leader.
Alright.
And this has
What
reach.
did he...
He went,
What did he... Yeah, there, me, and then points to the ground.
yeah. So maybe he's telling you to sit. I don't know. Anyway, he is going to...
I'm a cat, not a dog.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yep, and then he is going to... Creature that turns when you expend a spell slot to use your Divine Smite feature, you can choose one of the following effects to inflict the target until the start of your next turn. Okay, cool. He's going to attack. And that's a 25 to hit, dealing... Where's this extra damage coming from? Okay. Dealing 9 slashing damage. And then he will smite. Oh, which is now a spell. Just to confuse everybody. For another 14 damage. That's 23 in total. And then he will make it so that the creature takes an extra radiant damage on his next attack. And then attack again. Oh, that'll hit. So this is with the radiant damage this time. For 13 damage. Plus another smite, but at first level this time. That's a cure wounds. Whatever, I'll take off the plus. It's 11 on the radiant. Yeah, and that leader seems to be wounded as he gets in its face. And that brings us to the mercenaries. So first of all, C is starting his turn in the Cloud of Daggers. Does that matter?
No.
Okay, so he's going to move to here, I think. And then... 15-foot cone. Oh no, you're 20 feet away. Okay, so he will move to here instead. And ask Toothy and Boxxo for a dex save, please.
Bless on both of you.
Oh, I got a 5. I don't think it matters.
I don't think it does.
I got a 5
You're very
again.
not dexterous today.
18.
Nah.
Okay. Boxxo, you have evasion at this point, do you? No, you don't.
that's
So, Toothy will take 13 poison damage. Boxxo, you will take 6.
I am resistant, so I will take.
And you will take 3, and then he will hit you with a great axe. Resist that. He mouths at you. And you do, because he got an 11 to hit.
I'd be able to resist it anyways, because I have uncanny dodge.
Yeah, ignore the second roll, that's irrelevant. That brings us to F, who is going to advance on Colette. Seeing that his friend is incapacitated by this hypnotic pattern, he's going to try and break her concentration with an axe. That's a 16 to hit.
That is her AC, so that hits.
Cool.
No, she's going to Cutting Words.
Is that how that works?
She's going to react to that.
What a reaction.
It is a reaction. Let me
It's a
find it
bonus
here.
action. Oh, it's unsettling words. It's a bonus action. Yeah, cutting words.
Yes.
Especially seeing the makes a damage roll attack. You can take yeah, roll your body. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? Because it's going to go down by 1 at least. Cool. So he'll swing
Right.
again. And he'll get 21 to hit.
Well, that one I'm going to have to take.
Minimum
Yep.
damage, just 5.
Yep. And then we roll for her.
Yeah, concentration save, please.
That's good to go.
Oh, rude. Well, that guy's
17.
asleep then. That brings us to Ellis, which I think is Josh.
I'll just go with my original plan. He is going to move over here, and then he is going to cast a fireball around here. I don't have the thing. It's okay, guys. He can get you. He can make sure that you don't take any damage. He's an evoker.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't get that
That's
until
good.
6 now.
And Josh just fireballs me. Cool.
Those 3?
No. Over. I mean, I was thinking over here.
You'll get 2 in that. hold on.
So I was.
Yeah, okay. You're right.
Yeah. There you go.
4.
Yep.
That's much more like it, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and he can exclude how many creatures?
4.
Nice.
So
So
that
he
would
can
be
exclude Boxxo, Toothy, and Corrie. Cool.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
okay,
I need dex saves from them.
Yeah.
Enemies.
What's the damage, please, and the DC?
The DC is 15, and the damage is 31 fire.
Okay, I've got 1 success, 3 fails. D succeeded. So we'll take 15. Where's D? 15 damage. And then 31 to B, E, and C, yeah?
Mhm.
Can't find C. Where is he? He is wounded. I think one other of them was wounded as well. B and E are both wounded too. He just said, "Oh, that never works." Did you get any bonus action from him?
Yes, he will then bonus action summon a very ornate wooden and golden chair and sit down.
Yes, he sort of celebrates it. He sort of, but what actually happens? He doesn't intend to summon this chair. He throws the fire when he goes, "Oh yeah, that never works." And as he goes, shh, the chair just appears and he sits on it like when he's like, "Oh!"
And like swoops under his legs.
Look at me! Just a heads up, Josh, I am rolling behind the scenes for Ellis's spellcasting. Sometimes other things happen. He's not a wild magic sorcerer, he's just a bumbling idiot.
Yep.
Cool, that brings us to Pietro, which is me, I guess. Pietro will acknowledge that you guys are the cool kids today. He's going to move out of here and read his spell. He can't do that. Okay, I will magnify gravity because Rico likes that spell. Where is it? Magnify. And we will suck those two off. Let's
then.
Let's do a damage roll. So that is 10 damage. If they fail, I've got E and B in there. Right. Okay, B fails, E... I didn't look at Pietro's DC. Okay, E succeeds. So that's 5. B fails and takes 10 and is suckied. Which also means he is slowed. I can remember exactly what this does, so I'm going to ping it to chat so I can read it later. Even though Rico casts it 400 times a week, I literally forget every single time exactly what it does. Something about half speed, I think. Cool. Kraylin. I think that's Joe.
Indeed it is, and while Joe the player would rather help his teammates, I think Kraylin will go try to help Colette, his friend.
Honestly, he's just going to do what's best for him, which sure. Not for anybody else. So just play him like Vel'zekiss.
Yeah, well, but he's a melee kind of guy here. I mean, I'm sure he could throw his dagger, I suppose, but he's going to just get over here and attack F, so that he can maybe get sneak attack if it hits.
Yep, so he's flanking +2 damage, +2 to the roll.
Okay, short sword first. It's going to be 27 then with the flanking.
27 hits.
And with the ally there, presumably that gets his sneak attack. So the regular damage is.
I think if you've got beyond 20, you can just click the damage and it'll do it all. Yeah, there you go. 13.
Did it? Oh, it did do it.
That is the worst sneak attack roll possible.
Is that
real bad?
Yeah.
3-1.
It's not a button. I'm surprised it triggered, but okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's
insane.
beyond 20. Always, if you roll a rogue hit, will include the sneak, and then you can decide if it's there or not.
Right. He's a big hider, but there's no good hiding to do right now. I think he'll just
to let you
dagger
know that the dagger bonus action comes as part of his action. Weapon mastery, don't worry too much about it. Just note that he can hit with both weapons and still have a bonus action.
Okay, well that just means I've got to decide what to do with another thing, but let me stab him first.
It might be nothing. That nothing is also okay, because he's got
True.
nowhere to hide without disengaging, and if he disengages, he's got nothing to do if he doesn't hide. Yeah, there you go.
Only
Mastery,
14
make
hit.
dagger, that's it. Well, a 14 misses anyway. No,
Yeah.
16 also misses. Okay, with the +2. Marvelous.
Yeah, that's him, I guess.
Boxxo.
Yeah, I will bonus action steady aim.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will, with my action, because it doesn't have a verbal component, I will cast Booming Blade.
Ah, cool.
So
This is
Are you immune to thunder damage and silence?
nothing. There's nothing specifically, I don't think, that says.
Okay.
I don't think anything.
I'm
about
thinking
it.
DG3
it's just
rules.
silent damage. It just
Yeah.
doesn't make any noise. I guess.
Yeah. Oh no! Here you go. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage.
Oh, bastard.
Sorry.
Well caught, Mark. I did not know that. I knew Shatter specifically couldn't do damage. I didn't realize it was all thunder damage. That's really
Okay,
cool.
then forget everything I just said.
You can still do it. It'll look cool.
No.
And
No.
if the silence dissipates, they will take damage for moving.
No, forget everything I just said. Instead, I will bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And I will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 over here.
Booming
and
blade.
I shall action booming blade. Stab this guy.
That's 2 from flanking.
Yes.
Josh just really wanted to use the new thing he hasn't really got yet, but has.
That is 23
And
to
how
hit.
do you see this happening? How has
So
Booming Blade
he's-
come to be?
so, like-
Why has Boxxo got it? And what
Yeah,
is it?
so his white psychic energy blade comes out of his fist as per usual, but now it begins pulsating with energy.
I like that.
And as he stabs it into this guy's chest, he will deal 18 psychic damage and
A D6.
1 thunder
D8.
damage.
A D8. Nice. I love that.
And then
19. Hold on. I'll find him. 19 is Exactsies. He is dead. He had 19 hit points, and now he has none.
And then with my remaining 5 movement speed of disengage, I will move away from Corrie.
That's fair.
Oh.
You have seen AoE. Jack, it is Crust's turn. Also, can we acknowledge that I've got 6 mercenaries in this combat with an initiative of 4 or lower?
Yeah.
That's
That is crazy.
astoundingly terrible. Go ahead, Jack.
I think Krask is going to... He wasn't told to stay put, and I think he is worried about Colette as well. I think he's very protective, and I think he also thinks Mavelos may be able to handle it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Mavelos is a
He
prideful
definitely
kind of
will
guy.
believe that Mavelos... So their standard tactic is to have Mavelos go
Yeah.
with the big guy while he protects everyone else. He's very much a shield and swordy guy. He wouldn't move too far away from the cart, but if you're just moving him up to F, for example, then he would definitely do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's just going to go to F. 1, 2, 3. And, I mean, he's got a big-ass flamey sword. So I think he's going to use
flamethrower
that.
on sword and shield, right? Is
Yeah.
set up?
And,
He did say it to you before.
use
Look
a
at my sword.
command.
I found it. It lights up on fire.
Yeah, he uses the command word, and now that he's out of...
Oh yeah.
If it wasn't a blaze already, engulfing it,
He'll
and
bonus
then
action light the weapon, and then
bonus
Another
action
person's
light the
off.
weapon. Yeah,
plus
and
2
then
from
yeah, it's a nat 20.
sick. Kill him.
All right, so that's the crit damage.
If you are able to
Oh,
roll
no.
normal damage, I think, unless it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just roll normal damage. I thought it adjusted for the way we do crits, but it doesn't. I
Mine
guess so.
does, but nobody else's seems to.
Okay, that's that. That's the normal slashing damage, and then this is the fire damage. Wait, the fire damage. Hold on,
2d6.
I forgot what it was. 2d6. Yeah, there it is.
And then plus 20 to whatever this is.
There
So that's
you
19
go.
plus 20 is 39. Creature severely wounded but not dead. On the brink of death.
Oh, bloody hell. Alright, well, I think he has an extra
did Craven
attack.
not attack him?
Yeah, he hit him with
Yeah.
the sword, but not the dagger.
Yeah, correct.
13
It was
damage.
just
Yeah,
that
okay, that was
shitty
right. No, that was right.
attack,
Okay.
yeah.
Alright, well, I think Krosk has an extra attack.
Yeah, of course he does.
So, yeah, so let's just do it again, shall we? That's a 23 to hit.
He's dead.
There you go.
Yeah. Cool. Any movement to the end?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go, so that was, how much? 5, 10, 15, there you go, 20, 25, and then because everyone on that side looks safe, I think he's gonna go. There's like a thing he can do where it's like adrenaline rush. Bonus action, you can take the dash action.
He's
You
already
gain
used his bonus
3.
action, Jack. The
Oh,
lightest
what does he?
weapon.
What? Oh yeah, of course, the light, the bloody sword. Bloody
You
forgot.
can lead him there. Oh, how have you managed
Yeah,
to go
he's
next?
there.
You've got enough doubled initiative. At the beginning
Yeah,
of Toothy's
double
turn,
thing.
can
I know exactly what I'm gonna do there.
Can Toothy give me an insight check at the beginning of his turn?
Yeah, of course. Not good at those, but he'll try. No, he got a 1.
Yeah, you have no idea what Mavelos was trying to indicate. You can interpret it
No.
however you wish. Or not at all. You don't take
Toothy
action.
thinks to stay in the silence. That's what he meant. So he's gonna stay in the silence, and he's gonna just go. He's just gonna roll up to C, and he is going to take the dodge action.
Okay. Do you want a bonus action?
You have a pie.
You do have
There's
a pie.
nothing.
You do have a pie.
Oh,
a
there's a
pie.
bonus action for the pie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then definitely bonus action pie.
2d8 plus 5.
Yeah, 2d8 plus 5. Beautiful.
Yeah, potions and pies are bonus actions. Although you can
Right, 8
use
plus 5,
actions to
13.
healing. Cool. That'll help you out.
Nice.
Yeah, back up to 21. Feeling better.
Okay. Mercenary A is gonna charge at Mavelos. Getting
We should just go into towns and make money on eating contests if we can like eat a whole pie in a bonus action.
Little hand pies out there.
Hand pies. Yeah.
I know it's not a pie, but
It's both of those will miss with an 8 and a 20. That brings us to the D. Anyone spot D?
Cloud of daggers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you hit him with that. He didn't like that, so he's going to run up and bash Pietro in the head.
Logical.
And then, no, this does make sense. A 12 will miss, but then he's going to ask Ellis, Pietro, and Vel'zekiss for a dex save, please.
Ooh.
22 on a natural.
Oh, Pietro's me. Yeah, sorry, I'm waiting for Pietro's roll. 19. So, it is 4 poison damage. If you succeeded, you take half. Joe, are you resistant as well?
I don't actually think so. No.
Why is
also-
Pietro resistant? The Amorphous Compendium of Aptitude. Oh, his book. Sick. Okay.
Echo.
I technically need to save on concentration here.
Oh, I'm fabulous. That's the main reason he did it, proccing concentration save. But obviously you've got Warcaster, and the likelihood that you roll 2 full 3s is pretty low, but...
Yeah, I figured I'd just roll once at a time until we know if I need to develop that ability suddenly in the middle of combat, but it was okay.
Spoiler alert, he's gonna get Warcaster.
Yeah.
That brings us to the G. And G sees Vel'zekiss just behind the rock and comes charging me with a great axe. That's a 16
I
to
didn't even
hit
know
you,
he
Vel.
was there.
I shall shield, I think. Why not?
Okay.
Yes.
And then he will ask all 3 of you for a con save, please.
I'm out.
Dex save, sorry.
Always
Another
feel
poison
bad.
breath.
Joe, you can do your D4 on yours.
You do have a
Okay.
bless.
Oh, okay.
Every time I exclude Pietro, like he ends up needing. Ooh, let that help.
13, ain't it? You'll take 13 poison damage. And Josh, I need one for Ellis as well, please.
What, the deck save?
Yep.
Yeah, he got... Where
The
is
second
it?
one.
Oh, sorry, a second
The
one.
first one, he failed and took 4
Yeah, 8.
poison damage. No,
Oh,
4.
I thought it was 4 after already being
Nope.
helped.
No, it was terrible roll.
We'll heal him. That's a 13.
A 13 is a fail, so he will take an additional 13 poison damage.
13. Cool.
Where's the B at? Oh, he's here. He will go to here. Oh, can I do that? Is that 15 feet? Yeah. Boxxo and Corrie, I'll take a dex save, please. Oh, that's a good roll.
Oh, that's Colette. That's not Corey. Ignore that.
You can take the roll if you want to 13. Just give it your modifier instead. Either one's a success.
Cool.
Boxxo.
Yeah.
Save, please.
Oh.
Sorry, I've been clicking so many things. I don't know what we're actually saving against. What are they doing to us?
They're breathing poison at you. All these dragonborns are coming.
Oh, right, they're dragons.
Yeah, they're all dragonborns. Every one of them, green dragonborn, breathing his flame and then hitting you with an axe. That's their theme.
Sorry.
You may take the roll to 5, but put Boxxo's modifier on it, please.
Yeah, sorry. That's a +8 to that.
That's alright. 2 characters. 13 is give me the bless, please, because you are blessed.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, you
13
are.
does not succeed. We know that because
14?
No! 14 also fails. So you will take 15 poison. Obviously, you take half because you got evasion.
Half.
Corrie.
Well. Can I half it again because I'm resistant to poison?
Yep.
So 3 damage.
Oh, you don't have evasion. You're level 6. Sorry. Just take half. 7 damage.
So just the 7. Okay.
Yeah. Corrie, you got what? 17 plus
17.
Bless, so you succeeded. So you'll take 7 poison damage. And then he tried to hit you with an axe for a 16 to hit.
That misses me.
Okay, that brings us to H, who is here and is going to approach Krusk. And he's going to hit him with an axe for a 20 to hit.
Nah.
And a 10 to hit. Okay,
No.
At this point, the silences will shrink. Is that bird outside my house? Jesus, how loud is that? Shut up! So loud! I thought it was coming through the music. Corrie, you're up.
Spring has really sprung.
Sweet. So we're gonna do a mass healing word.
Uh-huh. Once again, I will ask you, is it people you can see or people you can hear who can hear you? Because it is a word, but ironically, I don't think it is a...
Yeah, there's no requirements, just within range that I can see.
We're listening to... This is why the music's so bizarre. We're listening to... There we go.
2 things? Or...
No.
Oh.
Spring is sprung. 7 healing to who?
So we're going Colette, Mavalos, Corrie, Boxxo,
Oh, it's 6 creatures? I thought it was 3.
Toothy. Actually, I'm going to skip Colette, sorry. So Boxxo, Toothy, Mavalos, Vel'zekiss, Ellis, Pietro.
How much?
7 HP.
Thank you.
7. Whee!
Yeah, that's perfect. Yep. Skipping
Sorry,
myself
did you
and
heal
Colette.
Pietro, did you say?
Yes,
I'll do that now.
because he took a hit down there.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember how I'm controlling.
Yeah, you're good. And then on my action, I am going to Dawnfire myself.
Okay.
So I need a dex save from B.
Yep, give me the damage, please.
Yep. 9.
And... That's 20.
Well, fine then. That's it for me.
Okay, seeing that you seem to be the healer, the Dragonborn dude is going to step up to here, and Corrie going to target you directly. And gonna hex you. Disadvantage on wisdom checks. And is gonna blast you. The first one is going to have an extra d10 to the damage. So it's a 23 to hit you.
That hits.
I'm gonna roll this. It's not the same d10, but fuck it. So that's 17 force damage.
Okay.
Concentration save for Bless.
Yep. And that's 17.
Second one's a natural 20.
I'm gonna admonish the tyrannical on that. So it says 30 feet of a creature. I think it's 30 feet of a creature within that I can see, but I think it's like the. But it says when a creature you see within 30 feet deals damage to. Oh no, I read it wrong.
Sorry,
I thought it was
30 feet
the
away.
creature takes.
Yeah.
I know, but I thought it was the creature taking damage.
Ah. Yeah, no, that's the other one.
But I was reading it wrong.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good.
Give 22 damage up the whoopee to Corrie.
No.
Another concentration save, please.
Yep.
Nice.
23.
And then a 22 to hit you.
That also hits.
Well, it can't kill you. It's 12 damage. Actually, it could. I think you're on 15, right? Not 16. Yep.
Yeah.
So I would have had to roll a 10. So that's 12 force damage. Bonus action. Cool. Colette.
Okay, so then I'm healing myself again from the other side. But she can do that with a healing word. What's she got for? We already shrunk the silences, correct? Okay. Let's do a second level healing word on Corrie.
Yeah, okay.
As she sees him on the brink of death.
Yep.
For 14.
Mm-hmm.
And then she is going to viciously mock A and tell them that...
Who is she mocking, sorry?
A, the one next to Mavalos.
Yep.
So there's a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm. 3.
As she once tells them that she once had to dress the color of their skin and she hated that color.
Jesus! Oh my goodness!
No wonder he failed. I'm just going to give him a little green dot to say that he doesn't like green. No, to say that he's got disadvantage on his next attack. Anything else from you?
6 damage. Yep, that's it.
Vel'zekiss.
I can move the Cloud of Daggers just far enough to get in the corner behind that guy there. It won't let me corner it now, apparently. But anyway, if it goes to the same vertex, or not vertex, intersection, thank you, it can hit him. And at which point it will do the same, probably lousy damage. Let's find out. Where the hell is it? Oh, that's first level. That's why it's not there. 8! An exciting 8 damage.
Creature's wounded.
Then I gotta decide what the hell else to bother to do. It is not easy.
There is a dragon up your ass.
I know.
Dragonborn.
Yeah, I know. But what to do to it? It's like not been hurt at all, right? Probably.
He's wounded.
Oh.
Say that? Gave him the wounded effect?
No, I don't think anyone's hit G.
No. G is having the time of his life.
Pretty fine, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
My bad.
Oh boy. It's just like, is it worth doing to one fucking person?
I don't know, is it?
No. Alright, let's... It's like I would get away, but...
Yeah, they've done a good job of spreading out.
Yeah. It's irritating.
Ironically, though, they're engaging in a series of 1v1s and losing them all.
Right. Except they would win it against me. I'm just going to Thunder Wave this guy. What the heck?
Okay.
That will surge, though, because I've used Tides of Chaos. So it's a
14 on the con save?
con save from him is a fail, so he'll get pushed and take 9 thunder damage. Gotta mark that use, and I've got to find that thing again. It's over here. Wild Magic Table, roll. What happens?
Oh.
Resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage for next hour. Exciting. My skin firms up.
Yes, exactly that. So you'll see that sort of ripple all the way down you, like some sort of strange magical effect.
Awesome.
Maybe it looks like Dragonborn scales.
Yeah, I mean, I had all these ideas. It's like you're in the middle of combat. It's like I had all these ideas before we started this game about like how I would describe all these things. Like, oh, all these random pieces of armor teleport onto his body all of a sudden. But like, I never get around to any of it.
Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah.
So that's, I think that's kind of it.
Okay.
All right, I'm done.
Mavelos is gonna go at the boss with another attack. Oh, but a 12 will miss. I have a thing. Let me go and have a look at my thing. Bear with. If you attack roll with a glaive misses a creature, you can deal damage to that creature equal to the ability modifier you use to make the attack. So that's still 5 damage. Oop.
Can I still just use my move, James?
Yeah, of course you can. Absolutely fine.
I'm just gonna run 30
run
feet
away.
to the right.
Excellent choice. And then he's going to get a 25 to hit, which will deal some of this stuff. That is 14 slashing. That's a good roll. And he will smite. Level 2. For another 15. Wow, that's a 29 damage hit. Oh, that's enough to kill him. He sort of brings his glaive up and straight through the creature's neck. And you just hear her say, Mithalik! Mithalik, I failed you! Then she falls down dead. Whatever that is. He looks very pleased with himself and will consider his bonus actions. He's got a polearm strike, which he is going to use to bop that dude. That's a 22 to hit to do 9 damage to creature A as he hits him with the stick end. Please tell me that's the end of my turn. It's the end of my turn. Now I can play monsters again. Where's C? Next to Toothy. Toothy!
Hello.
20 to hit.
I took the dodge action, so
17 to hit.
nah.
Oh, that's my nat 20. 11 to hit. Good dodge. Where's F? F is dead. Why are you trying to take a turn? F. I is sleepy. Ellis.
Yeah, could I get control of this fireball asset?
Oh god, it's going in the middle again.
You should be able to move it.
Ah, perfect.
Did you explode the cart?
It will go here, hitting B, A, and H. And so that's DC 15 dex saves.
Okay. It doesn't go where you want it to go. It misses by 5 feet. But I'll be generous and it'll miss 5 feet that way. Which is still the same slot. Yes, it says the spell lands 5 foot in a different direction to where it was originally aimed, which is great for single targets because it might just hit someone else. He's got wild magic, but every effect is bad. Yep, that hits. Dex saves 3d20. DC is
15.
15. I got a 14, a nat 20, and a 19. And the damage was
34 fire.
34. And who's getting hit? B.
B, A, and H.
Failed. So B is dead. A succeeded, so we'll take 17. And H succeeded, so we'll take 19. Okay, cool. That will bring us to Pietro. Oh, sorry, any bonus action from you?
Yeah, he moves down here and he bonus action summons another chair and sits down.
He summons this one in his own path and he just sort of goes, oh, very well, and sits down. Pietro. He's got a creature right next to him. He's going to try and shove it. Oh, hold on. Can I do a thing? Yeah, okay, so I'm going to use... You're not got a single target spell? Find this feature. Whenever you cast a spell on a creature, you can move the target 5 feet. I was willing to move the spell hits with an attack. Great. Okay, so he's going to telekinetic slam and ask him for a strength save, I think. Which is the... Ah, yikes. That didn't work. And then he'll ask him for another strength save as he tries to push him away. And none of that worked, and he did nothing. Okay, cool. Good job, Pietro. That was highly effective. Raiden, you're up.
Okay, I feel like I should be Joshy and ask, like, can I hide behind every blade of grass, potentially?
Yes.
Like, there are bushes, but the guy knows I ran into bushes and things. I mean, like, I'm right there.
It depends who you're trying to hide from and where.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the only reason to try to do it is on this guy, I, who's down here. I or L or whatever.
I is incapacitated. You would have advantage anyway, but if you don't do anything to him, he'll remain that way for another 7 turns. He's hypnotic patterned.
Oh, Jesus, there's too much going on.
That guy's 40 feet away, but you could potentially go here, hide in the rocks, and then leap down.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like I'll get the sneak. I want the advantage, but I'll get the sneak on one of those guys just from being near them, so I wasn't too worried about it. But it's also, he doesn't know what Vel'zekiss wishes he could do, so he's just going to go over here. This guy.
+2 to hit.
Here we are. Short sword. I guess it's a 17 with the flank.
17 hits. Armor class discovered. Side quest complete.
It's interesting. I don't know why it auto rolls the sneak attack. How does it know I have it?
Because you're a rogue. It would do it anyway. No matter what. If you were to roll 8 attacks with that with disadvantage, it would still put sneak attack on every time, and you can exclude it. Because you can read the 10 piercing damage as 10 piercing damage, right? Is the logic. Yeah.
Okay, so then I could dagger attack him too, right?
Yep.
It's higher, so that should hit.
Yep.
And now it doesn't do all that, obviously.
No, it just says the 8.
Yup. And then, well,
Hold on,
it's like, does Krusk want me here?
He is dead.
Okay.
No, not at all. You hide wherever you like.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure how much movement I did to get there because I didn't think I cared.
25.
All right. Well, I've only got 10. I can't really go to anywhere that's hidden anyway. So.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, fine.
Very fancy.
If you can, sure. Why not?
Cool. Boxxo.
Yeah, I will run down here and stab this guy in the back.
Okay, +2 to hit. Thank you.
That is a 13 to hit, but I will add a card.
You're blessed.
Oh, yeah, that's true. 14.
You know their armor class is 17.
Okay, yeah, I will use a card. I will use a D4. How about a 16?
Nope.
I will use another card.
You can't do that.
That's fine. Then I will, as a bonus action, use one of my draconic cries because I'm in a dome of silence. It's just a silent scream of anguish that does nothing.
Okay, Krusk.
Does anybody still have the card on their screen?
So how much?
No. Although I did have all the fireballs on my screen earlier. I
I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it. Okay, I'll refresh.
Don't worry, earlier on I had 11 silence circles. Because I moved them and it put one in every square where I dragged as I dragged.
Alright. Alright, Krusk is going to sprint like the agile orc he is.
Adrenaline rush, yeah?
Yeah, adrenaline rush. 5, 10, 15, 30.
Goes briefly
35,
silent in the middle.
40,
Oh!
45.
Oh! He comes out the other side.
And then let me tick off one of those, and then attack.
Yeah,
with
as the creature turns
whatever.
towards him and just hears this sudden yell out of the side as he's possibly terrified.
That's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And can you roll a strength save against his shield bash?
10.
He fails, and let me do the damage. And whoa, I don't know why it's rolling all that.
That is your flaming sword, so it's 9 slashing, 10 flaming. But 19,
cool.
total one-handed damage. More clever.
Yeah, and then so he's prone, and then I will attack again, and this
with advantage.
This time with advantage. He's 26,
26
and
hits.
then it's
Level 12, yeah, cool.
it's alright damage, but and then that is the end of his turn.
Okay, tooth and claw.
Alright, I will attack.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Plus
I
2
haven't
for
done
fighting.
anything like this whole time. No, I've rolled so many like 3s and 2s and
Oh my
1s.
gosh.
Why is just so
Let's see.
dexterous?
I know. Let's see. Well, let's see if I hit him this time.
No, he's not
My
dexterous
second
at all. The other
attack.
guy you're attacking is wearing splint armor.
There you go.
Hey, I
24 will
got 22.
Yep.
Alright, oh, 24, yeah. For 9 piercing damage.
Yeah, okay. Anything else from you?
I will. No, I can't because I'm silenced. Don't worry. Don't worry, it's the end of my turn.
You can smite in silence, I believe.
Yeah, no real point right now.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, A is at Mavelos and has disadvantage on his first attack from the thing that Colette told him about his dress, or her dress. So it's a 20, which will miss, and then a regular attack, which is an 18, which will miss. That brings us to D. Where is D? Where is D? He's next to Pietro. He will swing once. He will swing twice. A 15 and a 12 will both miss. That brings us to G, who is going to go at Cross.
If he doesn't leave, he'll take Cloud of Daggers damage.
He's not stupid. He will walk around.
Yeah.
Prosk, that's a 9 and a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
He will take 5 slashing damage. That brings us to B. Where is B? B is dead. E, H, all dead. The silences will shrink. And it's Corey's turn.
Fantastic. We are going to look at Corey's page, not Colette's, and do a Dawnfire on Toothy there.
Yep.
And so I'm going to roll the damage. It's a dex save.
12.
That fails. Did the roll go through? There it is, yeah. So 9 radiant damage.
Toothy, you will gain 5 temp HP.
5, yay.
5 is all the health he had left.
Cool. And then what's my distance on this? 60 feet. Fantastic. So I'm going to taunt D. So wisdom save from him. And tell him that I never owned a dress, but I also don't like his color.
11.
Cool. So he'll have disadvantage on any attacks that are not me.
Cool. And you're back to back now with Colette.
Alright. Switching characters. She seemed to work well with Mavelos, so let's do a guiding bolt on A.
Mhm.
For 12.
A 12 will miss.
Yep. And then she is just going to send a bardic inspiration to Mavalos, and she could not do it herself, so it's up to him now.
Okay.
Ooh.
And that will lead to Mavelos, who will
Mavelos.
swing. That is a 12.
I think it's
Don't have an
me.
effect for melee weapons.
Alex, a D6, is that right?
D8 for her.
I believe we skipped me.
Oh, what did I do that for? Sorry. Oh, he missed with his
I'm not
first
gonna-
attack. 12 seconds, it's your turn.
I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to move the Cloud of Daggers around on the same guy again.
Yeah, love that.
So,
Probably kill him at
sounds
this point.
good.
He hates you. He's just been blended.
Yeah, well, he didn't come after me. He came after the wrong guy like an idiot, so... 10 more.
Oh, do you care about Pietro?
No,
the
more,
average
just more than I
damage on
care
that?
about Chris. Well, it should be like
6 for 10?
12,
Yeah, 10.
10, 12, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 10.
He's
Yeah.
severely wounded.
Cool. That's all I'm doing. with
Anything
this
else?
around.
Any movement speed?
I don't think there's any real reason to right now. I'm staying where I am.
Okay.
I had a plan, but it's no longer necessary.
Mavelos will take another attack. It's 17, which will hit. And it's just the 13 slashing.
Would he have grazed again on his miss on the first attack?
Yeah, you are correct, thank you. And then he will take his polearm bonus attack action thing. Which is a 19 to hit, which will probably kill him. With 8 bludgeoning. He is dead, and then he is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Go here. And that brings us to Ellis.
Yeah, he's going to Scorching Ray. 1 at D, 1 and 2 at A. Like that.
2 at G.
Isn't that A?
No.
Oh no, yeah, that's a G.
I
I'm
just
just too
killed
zoomed
A.
out. No, yeah. It's because I'm so zoomed out. Yes. Yeah. So the first one at D is a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 11 fire damage.
Yeah, okay.
And then the
Which is
2
4 to
at
his knees
G.
with damage.
The first one is 13 to hit, which...
Give me the damage, please.
Oh. That's 5 fire damage.
Really? Again? Cross
the
will take
second
that
one-
5 fire damage.
Is that 24 to hit?
That'll hit.
Yep. And that is 8 fire damage.
Nice. He is also severely wounded.
And then he will go over here.
Sorry! Didn't mean to. Ah!
And bonus action,
chair.
summon a chair. It's just the same chair following him.
Yeah.
He's just running away from.
Pietro is going to try and shove that creature again. The wrong thing, but it's kind of the right thing, and it'll fail. So he is going to Ray of Frost with disadvantage. And he hasn't got blessed, so he will miss. Kraylin, you're up.
Kralin comes out of his pointless hiding with his 35 and a dash. He can get right next to his buddy Kresk and try to stab this person.
Yep.
Oh. 13.
Yep.
On a
even
4.
with the +2, that'll miss.
Yeah, alright. The dagger coming in.
It'll hit.
Not 17 or 19. Okay. That's that, but it should do the sneak. So, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sorry. It's showing very differently on D&D Beyond from what's coming through. It's like weird. On D&D Beyond, it only shows the base.
Yeah.
I see.
18
The rolls of
damage.
dice doesn't change.
Ironically, the 8 would have killed him too.
Cool.
Yeah, he's dead. Cool.
That's it.
Boxxo.
Yeah, I'll run down here, and I will booming blade this guy. That's 17 to hit. Oh,
yeah.
plus 2, so 19. Plus bless, which
He's got
is
1 hit point.
22 to hit. Wonderful. That plus this. So that is 18 psychic, 5 thunder.
And any bonus action out of you?
And then I will bonus action. I'll just bonus action stand next to Pietro.
Cross. It is time to execute this final guy.
Yeah.
Is there any value in keeping him alive?
No. He says as he
No.
throws his sword. Ah!
Maybe the captain of
does
the caravan.
adrenaline rush come back on a long or short rest?
The
Because
captain
I
of the
don't want to
caravan guy
short rest.
shouts loudly
Short
from
rest,
inside
okay.
3 silences.
Okay. Alright, cool. He runs up.
Advantage.
Yeah, advantage. So that 20.
It's an execute.
I'll flat roll it.
Yeah.
I didn't do the. Let me do the flaming sword. Where am I looking? There it is. And
37.
then,
Yeah, creature's
and then does it? And then he wakes up from that attack, right? And then I no longer get an advantage.
Correct.
Okay, can he roll a strength save against my shield bash to see if he can get knocked prone?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that you probably led. Yeah, you can just sort of whack him down. He was fairly. I know you got the advantage of attacking, but he would have failed automatically if you had a shield charge
Okay.
first. So
I didn't know if it technically counted as like I attack and then I bash and then the bash comes second.
Nah, you're all good.
Okay, cool.
It
Then I'll
won't
just
ever
roll
matter
again with an
on this
advantage.
character, certainly. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. That's only a 16.
A 16 will miss.
Yeah.
You let him knock him down, then you swing, but it's too fast, and the guy just falls down beneath it. And Toothy, it is up to you to finish this fight.
Alright, can I even make it there?
I don't know, you could throw a hat or something.
Yeah, I can.
Odd jump.
Like odd job. Good, I haven't thought about that in a while.
Love that guy. Oh dear.
Yeah, that asshole.
I like to do James Bond Nightfire because his hat travelled perfectly straight. It was a killer.
Yeah.
You hit someone with it.
Alright, short sword.
Plus
Yeah.
hit. Flanking. And he's prone, so you have advantage.
What is your? How did you get there?
He's at Tabaxi.
Right.
He uses bonus
Yeah,
action,
have,
movement
like-
speed, no movement speed next.
Oh, that's
I'm just
right.
allowed to-
Yeah.
I'm just allowed to dash.
26.
Like, just,
Every other turn.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're the exact opposite
Is that
of
enough to
dwarves.
kill?
Gimli would say to you, we dwarves aren't
Yeah.
great in a straight race. Over long distances, nobody has more stamina than a dwarf. And Tabaxis are the exact opposite. They're great over short distances and then get tired after 6 seconds. No, that doesn't kill him, but you've got a second attack.
Yeah, okay. That's a 14, but I have bless.
Yeah.
Plus 2.
Yep.
So
Guaranteed
16,
hit.
so guaranteed hit, okay.
With the bless.
With the bless. Short sword defense, there it is. There's another 8. Kill him.
No.
Oh. Alright, smart.
Oh, you can't do that. You can only smite before you know he's dead. The silences will shrink, which is relevant, I promise. And Corrie, you will note there is 1 creature left on 2 hit points.
Cool. Well, just because I haven't done it and I kind of want to, I'm going to... Is it my bonus action to do this? Charge up the Starshot crossbow.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's action, is it? Just use it.
Well, because it has like special effects that I can choose.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, bonus
yeah,
action to invoke one. Yep. So I'm gonna. Yeah, I should have just linked it.
That's right.
Cool. So I'm gonna use one charge to invoke the Flame Constellation. And what's my distance on
There
this
is one of
thing?
those that actually heals people.
Yeah, I know, but it's at the end. Okay, fine, DM. 30 feet of me. Okay, so I'm going to walk then. Well, no, it's me. I'll take the healing. So we'll charge up the balance. And then we'll take the shot. Which is 15 plus a bless. Oop, that's a d6.
By technicality, ranged attacks have
That's a-
disadvantage against prone creatures.
Oh no! Yep. Okay. So we'll roll the other d20 here. Which is better than the other roll, because the other roll was a 10, so we're taking...
You rolled a... Yeah, okay, I love that. Fantastic. Okay, yeah, brilliant, you hit. That's good. Now you get to heal.
Cool. So that's the 8 piercing damage, but the heal on me is a d8 plus my proficiency. The whole 4 health.
Great. Posture perfect. Be terrible.
That's what the... Cool.
As you stand victorious, you receive no XP because you've already got it.
Boo.
However, you may move up to 30 feet towards the cart, should you wish to retreat from the victory. And I'm desperately looking for my music, but this is going to have to do, I guess. As you see the last creature fall, the silences will dissipate completely. And you see the wagon owner frantically waving and pointing into the sky. It will not take any perception check for you to note that there is a dragon coming towards you.
I knew you were just fucking with us to move near the car, so there's no way I should go near each other. But I'll do it, fine.
I just
what does this dragon look like, sorry?
if you bear with me, however long
you
beyond
think,
20 takes me, I will show you. And don't worry,
Cool.
you don't really need to move anywhere because fresh battle map.
Oh, yeah. Is there a reason that battle? Yeah.
Alright, go on.
Is there a reason the card has like an empty chest? Or is that like not an empty chest?
Yeah, because our resident thief took everything from it.
Oh no! I mean, it's just those just happen to be the assets I've got. The dragon just looks
cool.
like this. It sort of lands down in front of you. It's green. It's got sort of like huge wingspan. You would know this is an old dragon, perhaps not ancient, but old. And as it lands down on the ground with a positive shake, it spreads its wings and says, You took something that belongs not to you. The dragon guy.
I will take a knee, and I will say in Draconic, because I can speak in Draconic, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not one of the language I can't.
You're
Okay,
on Kobold.
Yes. I will say, forgive us, great, powerful, beautiful scaled dragon. We know not what we have done.
That might be true for you, little one. But it seems you're gonna get caught in the crossfire anyway. This one's organization are renowned from stealing things from my kind. Josh, give me a history check with advantage. Ooh.
That is an 18.
Yeah, with an 18, you would know that whilst kobolds worship dragons of many kinds, green dragonborn tend to be evil. They tend to kill
Dragonborn.
Dragons. I did not mean to say that dragonborn. Green dragons tend to be evil. They will kill people on sight. They love to eat humans. They often ravage towns. And they are known thieves and hoarders of treasure, which is ironic because he's just called you all thieves.
Is this your way of saying don't try and make peace with the dragon?
If you try and make peace, you will just be one of the people that doesn't get to participate in
that's
the
fine.
day.
No. That's fine. I think even with...
He will look at you and say, but given your appropriate response, would at least try and avoid you when I kill everybody else with my breath. And with that, he will reach his head back and blast, trying to put his head just above your kneeling form. Kill everybody else. But we'll have to see where he rolls in the initiative. Because you guys.
I think even knowing that, Boxxo would still try and talk him down. But if he is content with fighting, he'll fight.
Yeah, he seems adamant on fighting. I will say that your group did surge ahead of the caravans to protect them from this dragon as it landed. If you guys want to move 15 feet in any direction.
How much time went by?
Literally,
that was my other question.
6 seconds, I would say. You could take an action.
Quickly munch that pie.
I was going to say, so...
Too.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely fine. The only reason you know what? Actually, we could have stayed here and put the dragon. Yeah, we could have done this and then put the dragon here. The only reason why I moved the map is because I had the dragon prepared on that map.
Yeah, that's fine.
But actually, you are right that I could just put the dragon here. Krosk will have moved up the front with Mavelos. Colette would move back. Toothy, you may go where you please, and Kraden will move into the wagon. Actually, seeing that. No! Don't move the horse. Kraden, get over there. And Ellis will go here. We have the dragon yet. There we go. Oh, look, he... Aww! He is 2 squares too small. Yes, Boxxo, if you will kindly crouch beneath his neck.
Yes. If we can eat a pie, I think Ellis will eat his.
Yeah, and you guys can just take 21 from the pie, because you can use it as an action as you move back.
Okay, great.
Anybody who wants to eat a pie and walk back may. Yes, Josh, Joe, your cloud of daggers will persist, as will Bless, I think.
It's 1 minute.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So you would be. This is round 5 of the previous combat, effectively. So that will maintain. I don't want to give you time enough to regroup and think. It really is like he called Mythalic. I have failed. You would know this must be Mythalic, and he would have come as soon as she made that call. Obviously, he's flying 120 feet or 240 feet around, so it's taken a little while to sort of swoop in. And this is him coming in as the combat ended.
Can I have drank a potion?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there is some higher tier potions. There's a greater, which is 4d4 plus 4, which is 20.
4d4 plus 4, 20.
Which is 20, yeah, because it's action.
Yeah, cool. 20.
And next week we'll kill Rico with it. I don't think we're going to try and squeeze out a second combat in all of 45 minutes or so. Instead, as you guys are now prepped for that combat, that is where we will end. And we'll come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. Yeah. Bit of a short one, a bit of a neat one. But Josh, we'll start with you.
I mean, I don't know.
So there might not be
I guess
major.
Getting out of the dragon breath by
kneeling.
talking to, by kneeling.
Joe.
So, I mean, the silence is interesting. it's like you have to get. Well, I don't know. Well, they were visible, right? If they were visible silence,
yeah.
this was kind of nice that you didn't have to like pretend to know that it was there. You know what I mean? Like, or to know that it ends.
That
I was
is
like,
true.
oh, we're gonna have to make a bunch of checks to know if I ran somewhere. So it's just like, all right, now this is a special version that's with little pellets and it's visible.
You will potentially see these again. They are artificers items that the manufacturer produce, and usually people take these for sort of other reasons. They're not normally seen as a combat only effect. They're more of a sort of prankster's item, but they can also be used in herding animals and stuff to like calm down animals. They give them silence and stuff. The manufacturers sell them quite cheap. And they basically start off at silence range, and then each round they get smaller. But it does take an action to throw them. It's nice though because it's not concentration, which works out quite neatly.
Sure.
Mark.
Boxxo's struggle with the silence and trying to use his like booming blade, and then just doing a draconic cry in the middle of it, just like just raging in silence over there. That's good.
Toothy. Jack, sorry. One and the same.
The little bit of RP that went on with us being like, well, who's the leader? Well, the leader's not here, so I guess it's Vel'zekiss. And like, I guess we take like Pietro for granted in that measure of like he's just our default guy that it's like if there's any authority or anyone like we need talking to, it's like Pietro will sort that out, like, you know.
Yeah, I was not going to have a conversation with three of myself. That just wasn't going to happen. But yeah, I haven't missed anyone else, have I? No, just Rico. Small nod to Jack saying "spring has sprung," which just tickled me as you said that, in reference to my birds yelling outside. But I really enjoyed Vel'zekiss being nominated as de facto leader and being like, well, I'm obviously more important than everybody else, but I also don't want to take charge of this rabble, which was quite pleasing.
It's so weird because, like, I've been wanting to do Sorcerer for a while, but obviously part of that is because they're a charisma character, and I do tend to do the talking sometimes. But then, like, I can't ever decide how to do it with him.
Yeah, I mean, I think like he's impressive, right? And if he was putting on a show, he would be very capable of being charismatic in that instance. But a lot of the time, he doesn't care to be. So it's a nice little dichotomy. I like that little interaction with the three of you, and Josh taking a knee in front of a dragon because it's a dragon, regardless of the fact that chromatics tend to be evil, green ones especially so. Masters of deceit and murder is the note I've got on green dragons, which is, lying's pretty bad, and then if they need to be any worse, they just eat you. But yeah, that is where we're going to end. So if you guys would like to say goodbye.
Bye.
There's only left for me to say thank you very much, Friendly, here for the raid, and thank you, the Game Master Eric, for the follow. Welcome to the Duck Pond. A pleasure to have you here. I hope you enjoy your own session, and we shall see you soon.